Welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So monthly Tarotscope readings for August 2022 for your North Node by sign and house. And remember, the reason I use the North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant is because it is your North Star. It is the thing that we are supposed to learn and practice in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life. Now, a big thing happening this month, end of July into August, is the Uranus-Mars North Node conjunction in Taurus. Lots of changes on the global level and for all of us. And what I always say to my clients and friends about their North Node is, when you follow your North Node path and you're on path for your lifetime and what you're supposed to learn, transits, even difficult transits, are much more easy and smooth for your life. So that's the key right there. So let's get into the readings. This is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for August 2022 for everybody with their North Node in Leo and or the 5th house. And remember, you're going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. And before we start, while I'm shuffling and connecting, I want to invite you to take some deep breaths, relax into the reading, open up your energy fields to receive any information that's going to be most relevant to you in this life. So let's get started. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, North Node in Leo and or the 5th house. Okay, the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and this side here represents the 16th to the end of the month. So your overall theme here is the Hanged Man reversed. And this is telling me a couple of things for this month. What we're really talking about is we're talking about perspective shifts or lack thereof, and also connecting to connecting to the spirit of the heart. I was going to say spirit, but it's more than that. It's like what you're wanting to connect with, and what is really important for you is connecting to, I guess you could say, like the magic of, spirit, the magic of energy. And that's kind of a little bit more clear. For example, like you walk into a room and there, no one has said anything, but you can feel the energy, both good or bad. You feel like that, they're feeling what is going on in the ether. So those two things that are key points for this month. Now, the first half of the month, what I feel like is a lot of you might be going through something to where you don't feel fully supported in some area of your life in some way. And there could be this issue of, just not feeling like you're enough or you have enough. You've got the Five of Pentacles reversed and you got the Five of Cups reversed. Okay, so we're seeing there's some things that could be just not feeling supported emotionally, mentally, physically, in some way. And what's really important here is that I feel a lot of this is what you're seeing is you're going to be able to start seeing things with a new perspective. Okay, so getting to the perspective aspect here, and the way it's going to end up this first half of the month, for a lot of you, if you're able to kind of get this and work through the energies with this Six of Wands, I think that you're going to set yourself up for a victory or victories. But even a small, what would seemingly be a small victory is huge, because it's like when we win on a small scale on our path, okay, on our divine path, when we win, it's like tossing a stone into a pond. Yes, it makes that initial splash, but it echoes or reverberates or ripples out through the pond, for a while. Okay, so whatever this win is, it might seem insignificant, but it's big. It's not insignificant. So what could this be? Okay, this could be that the reason you're not feeling supported is, for a lot of you, it comes down to this, and you could feel this on lots of levels. We always, when there's an issue, we always not only have to look at the North Node, but almost more importantly, we have to look at the South Node. So if you're watching this video, you have a South Node in Aquarius and or the 11th house. And the 11th house in Aquarius is about groups of people, collectives. What groups of people? That could be family. It could be networks of friends. It could be a job. And when you have this South Node in the 11th house or Aquarius, there is this over-reliance on the group, like getting your identity from the group, as opposed to Leo energy, where it's like, I love the group, I love you guys, but you know what? It's time for me to shine in this lifetime. It's time for me to connect to my heart, my creativity, my inner spirit, magical spirit. Okay, it's time to connect to my genius so I can share it. Okay, and so what you see with the South Node is there could be with the South Node in Aquarius or the 11th house, it's like a reluctance. But here's what I mean by perspective. The reason why you don't feel supported is because you're not supposed to be supported. You're not supposed to be coddled along and say, I'm just in a safe little hive of whatever group or groups I'm in. I'm in a safe little family group. I'm in a safe little company, just being one of the worker bees, or I'm in my safe little relationship. I'm not going to step out, or whatever it is. Okay, groups of friends. It's because when you have this North Node in Leo, you have something inside you. You have a spark of genius. You have creativity that is supposed to be shared with the world. When I tell people that have this, I go, you know what? Like, you're supposed to stand out from the crowd. The majority of them, it scares the heck out of them. They're like, what? I don't want to step out. I'm just like, I want to be part of something. And so that's what we're talking about as far as, recognizing that the perspective, the reason that you feel unsupported is because you're not supposed to be supported or just support others. You're supposed to get out of that whole nest and step out in the forefront. Everybody that has their North Node in Leo or the 5th house has at least one or more gifts within them. And I'm talking really, really special gifts. And in this lifetime, it's about finding what that is and sharing it with the world. Yeah, could it mean like a lot of people that do have this North Node? Yeah, they could be famous, okay? But not everybody. It could just be like, you could just be like the best, as long as it's sharing something and being able to step out from the crowd. Yes, it could just be like being an awesome parent. As long as something, that you are having the courage to step out of that comfort of the group and the collective. So the key is discovering that, and I feel like a lot of you know what it is. Maybe you're afraid to actually go that route. So you are actually supported, and if you don't feel supported, you are not supposed to be uh, comfortably coddled with that group. You're supposed to create your own deal, okay? And when you are able to break out of that, it doesn't mean that you won't have like support around you, but it's that when once you step out of that collective and move into your courage. So it's about finding that, and I think a lot of you are going to start to do that. And it's a perspective shift. Again, your 2 advice cards. What have we been talking about? You have the 6 of Wands here, right? Your 2 advice cards, the World upright and Ace of Wands. Okay, Ace of Wands. This is the fire within. This is creativity. This is the spark of genius. Okay, and the other thing with this Hangman too is, it's almost like the other thing that this tells me a lot of times with all of this that's going on is, it's like this genius is being held back. Like it's this genius and creativity is being held back, not by anybody but yourself. Okay, so it's time to let that go. The world, you have the world there, and you will start to see the more that you can step out of that comfort zone. Find out what it is, like what it is you have inside you. A lot of people have, more than one, gift, to give, but it's going to take the courage in order to first recognize it and then step out. Now, the second half of the month, what's going on is I think there's a lot of things that are happening on the emotional level for you, okay? And in particular, when I was talking about the theme of the month, the second part was connecting to like the magic of energy. You remember a couple of minutes ago when I was talking about like walking into a room and being able to feel the energy. This is on the emotional level. What I'm seeing for a lot of you is very plainly is there is a reluctance to open yourself up completely emotionally. And I mean completely. It doesn't mean you don't have emotions. And so I'm seeing the Knight of Cups, and it's reversed. And this is the romantic dreamer, the person that is able to put their heart on the line, to be able to put their heart out there and to dare to love. Okay, but there's something inside that's holding you, and I think that's where, like, in your heart of hearts, this is also like the knight on the quest, and your quest is to find your holy grail. And your holy grail is your gift or gifts. Okay? That is your holy grail. And so you're going to find that within you. You're not going to find it in the groups you're involved with. Okay? Family, friends, work. You're not going to find it. You're going to find it within you. And so we have, the Knight of Cups here. We've got the Fool, being able to, like, this is like the fool in love. This is someone who's just like allowing themselves to be emotionally vulnerable, to have the courage to step out with who they are. This is like, you being you, and being unapologetic for you being you. Okay. Now, I feel a lot of you are going to get this because you're ending up cards. As I said, you have the Six of Wands here. Okay, victory and winning. And when you make these little small steps, these victories, as I said, ripple out. And you've got the Six of Cups here. And I feel like where a lot of you could find your gifts, you may have to go back into time. You may have to go back in your past. And you may have to think about, almost like think like a child, because with your south node, it could be, in Aquarius or the 11th house, it could be very logical and methodical ways of being. And you're moving toward Leo, and the 5th house, which is children, which is the inner child. And I feel like a lot of you are going to find your gifts. You're going to remember, wow, you remember how I used to love to paint, or I used to love to do this, or I remember. So you're going to find it, a lot of you, in your past, and you're also going to find that inner dreamer. That maybe some of you have lost that inner dreamer of like just kind of getting into the world of like, okay, I'm just going to be one of the people in this group and this company, but see, that doesn't work, because a lot of you, there's this burning thing inside you. It's like gnawing at you that's wanting to come out, and it's going to take courage to open up to that. Now, the other, your two advice cards for the second half of the month, we've got the Two of Swords, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles. And I feel that with this, a lot of the issues that could be blocking this kind of, romantic dreamer, or this creative person, creative spark that wants to come out, it could come from it could be like a family generational thing, that in your past it didn't feel ever safe to open up your heart. The Two of Swords is like kind of covering up the heart area with the swords, which represents the mind and and intellect, and turning your back on the body of water and the ocean, which is intuition and heart and emotions. And so, your advice is maybe think back in the past of like ways that you've either cut yourself off from creativity, or cut yourself off from the magic, or possibly in family type situations, maybe you didn't feel safe to do that. But I just want to say, this is an amazing opportunity that you need to share what it is you have inside you, because I guarantee you have gifts that are inside you, and that when you begin to share them and have the courage to share them, you're going to find that it's going to help a lot of other people, and you're going to find like life is going to get much more fulfilling, and you're on all levels of your life, things will start to really, really improve. But remember, you are supported. Why? Because you have to go on the quest for your holy grail, and you have to be the one to give it to the world, and you have to support the world with that, and then you will get all the support you've ever dreamed of, and you will really feel like the love of the collective, because you are helping the collective with your inner gifts. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you'd like a personal reading, there's going to be a link in the description box below. We'd love to give you more information on that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you on some more videos. Many blessings.